kind of went back a little bit on me. You know, maybe that's first time. I don't know. But we've got to. You know, I was fine with Woody and Nigel, but got to get. I want Seth and I mean Seth's got so many tools. Runs 4.6, all that. I mean, you know, just I want to see more stuff going on. You know what I mean? I want to see more production. He was okay. I mean, he was just, you know, didn't react great in there. It was just okay. Hopefully he'll, you know, as he continues to play more, he'll get better. I mean, he wasn't terrible, but he didn't make any plays either. Really had a couple assists and stuff, but he's got a lot of tools. I want to see him improve. I want to see Dwayne improve. But I was real, you know, Corey, I was real pleased. Luther, Daddy, Kenny Canham. I thought we played pretty well. You know, we obviously can you know, competition level is going to step up, and we got to, you know, play better and get better and continue to grow. But it was a pretty good first day.
With how many offensive line replacements they have this year from last, you look at this as an opportunity for your group to make a mark on Saturday?
Yeah, I do. I mean, obviously they're still figuring that piece out. You know, they've got, I'm sure, some of the best players in the country. But it's a great opportunity for us, and our guys know that. They're, you know, and we practiced pretty well today. So hopefully, you know, it's going to be one on the, you know, at the line of scrimmage, no doubt about it. I mean, they're a running football team. They want to run the ball, and so you know, we've got to establish ourselves there, just like they do.
What does this quarterback look like, the new kid?
He looks good. He looks good. You know, you see so many runs and things that Braxton did. Very, very explosive, man. Wow. I mean, there's a lot of long runs. There's a reason that they were good, and they got a lot of good players to go along with him. And their offensive line was tremendous a year ago, and they're in the midst of kind of getting that worked out. But they've got good players, no doubt about that. And the quarterback, just not a lot of film on him right now. I mean, he's a tremendous athlete as well. So he's got an opportunity to make a name for himself too. So he's good. He's good.
You guys have talked a lot about wanting to get this program back to the level it was before. What could a win on the road against a caliber opponent like this do for that?
Well, it's going to do a lot for you all the way around. You know, everything. It's the next game. You want to win it no matter what. But then you're playing a real name opponent that's always mentioned in the national championship race and all that, and it's you know, it's just it's a great opportunity for Virginia Tech and for our young defense to step up and show our intentions for the year. So you know, it's everything. It's everything to great opportunity, you know. But I know our guys are going to step up and play hard. Hopefully, we can tackle them.
You and Bud haven't gone up against an Urban Meyer coach team before?
I don't think so. No, we never played him at Florida. We didn't play him. No.
Does his version of the spread present any unique challenges?
Yeah, sure.
The typical spread, or maybe.
I mean, they're a running. It's like, you know, it's like Georgia Tech in a lot of ways. I mean, now it's very unique what they do. You know, it's very unique what they do, and they get to it. They got a plan. They stick to it. They got good players. It's a unique you know, offense. It's something that you certainly. If you played them every year, you would kind of build on them, but they've got good players in space. Boy, they run it, attack your perimeter, and then they hit you on all the vertical routes down the field, you know, and it all looks the same, you know. So it's a challenge, no doubt about it.
You get the sense that your guys feel, I mean, they're number 8, you guys are the underdog, you're playing on the road. Do you guys have that chip on your shoulder like nobody is giving you a shot in this one, or does it not have that?
Well, yeah, I think, you know, I know you're going up into, you know, a stadium, 100,000 people, and just, they got a tremendous program, you know. So obviously they've lost a non-conference game against an unranked opponent since 1980 or something. So there's a lot of wins there. So there's a reason for that. So it's, you know, it's just a great opportunity. Who wouldn't want a shot at playing, you know, the champ, you know, playing a really big time program.
Their offense is on the field. Their play a running back, but he's kind of a wide receiver. So you got to be able to do both ends of it with what they do. They kind of versatile with how they line up their personnel as 2 backs, but the other guys also got a lot of versatility. So we got to have versatility defensively.
How does that quarterback look?
You know, he was, what, 12 or 14, 12 or 15. He was very high percentage. I thought they had a good plan for him. And he was able to scramble and make plays with his legs. So, you know, he's obviously, very few people are going to be Braxton Miller, but I thought he did a capable job, and he'll present a challenge to us.
You feel like you guys got tested enough by William & Mary's on? Obviously, that was a new quarterback, and they lost some guys injured early on. Did they get enough of a test, or are you still?
Well, we'll find out Saturday. You know, William & Mary's a good team. They're going to go far in their league. You know, Ohio State's obviously you're gonna be going against some bigger, stronger, faster players, so it'll be a test for us. We'll find out where we're at.
How did Faison look? I know you were still a little questioning him going in health-wise. How did he?
I think he's coming along. He's not quite back to where he was last season, but he's working his way back. Like I said, he didn't practice spring, he didn't practice most of fall camp, so he's working himself back in.
I agree.
How Chuck Clark did?
Chuck Clark did, I thought he was solid. I thought he did a very good job. Good coverage, good at the point of attack, good mentally. I was very pleased with him.
You got some unsolicited advice about the running back?
Yes, thank you for that. I saw your tweet during the game, and the people that saw your tweet took you up on it. So I came in my office after the game and had about 12 messages on Twitter and about 3 emails. People giving me their opinion on who our running back should be.
You were going to get that anyway.
I know, whether you said it or not, I was going to. So, and I knew it. We got passionate fans, and that's great. And so certainly a lot of people had opinions on, who's out there and what we're doing.
How does this first game change your approach with rotating guys? And obviously Marshawn and Shai were at the top of the depth chart this week. Has that changed much?
Last week was a little bit more. We were going to play a lot of people. It was still unsure about some things. You hope Marshawn and Shai are going to react well to their first game. You don't quite know. You want JC to get in there and get some work. You want to get Joel and Trey some work. Sam was in there as a tailback, so we were doing a lot of things on Saturday. I would say, on Saturday night we'll certainly have packages for different guys like we did last week, but I would expect Marshawn and Shai to get the bulk of the carries on Saturday night. You'll see other guys in there, but as far as I'm sure you'll see JC carry the ball. I'm sure you may, who knows, you may see carry the ball. But what I've told the backs is, Shai and Marshawn are our top 2, and they're, we'll get into the game and see where we are.
What impressed you most about those two? As I saw you mentioned the broken tackles and also the 0 missed assignments was another thing.
I'd say 3 things. The physicalness they ran with, the broken tackles, the yards after contact was impressive. The no missed assignments was impressive, for a first game. I mean, we were simple from a game plan standpoint last week, and we didn't ask those guys to do a whole lot. So, but they were right on with their steps, their footwork, their reads, routes. They were right on with what they were doing. And then probably maybe the biggest thing was just the poise they played with. They were out there having fun. There wasn't a look in their eyes of, oh my God, it's my first game and I'm playing in front of 65,000 people or whatever it was. They were very poised. Marshawn's got a smile on his face the whole game. They're loose. The moment wasn't too big for them. And, it helps that you're having success and winning. It'll be critical for us on Saturday night to have that same mindset, up in Columbus and be poised and having fun out there too.
How much would you say?
I'm sure you know by now, first 27 points were scored by freshmen on Saturday. What does it mean to you to see your young guys go out and kind of, make you look good? All this, talking about how great they were in fall camp, go out there and do their job.
I thought it was awesome, and especially with Josh going down there at the end of the game and really to have to thrust Cam almost into a starting role. It was great to see him go out there and be able to play well, get some catches. Obviously, Isaiah scored his first touchdown. By no means were they perfect. They did a lot of things that freshmen are going to do in games, and we got to clean that up. And all that being said, though, I was really impressed with how those guys played game 1, but they got to get better from game 1 to game 2, or else they're going to understand that there's a big difference between playing against William & Mary and playing against Ohio State. We got to have that great jump. Those guys are preparing well so far.
Was Josh pulled early as kind of a precautionary thing, and do you expect to have him this week?
Yeah, expect him to be ready to go and and we're excited. We're going to need Josh this week, and Josh wants to play, and we expect him to go.
I know Michael really distributed the ball well on Saturday. I think 10 or 11 different receivers, different targets. Is that what you have in mind for this week? I mean, obviously that's ideal. You can get a lot of guys involved, but is that realistic for this week?
We always want to get a lot of guys involved, but at the end of the day, big games, you're going to get the ball to your playmakers. You want to make sure that you're making sure that your big time guys are the guys that are getting the football, and obviously everyone's going to have their chances at the ball, but there's going to be a time when someone's going to get hot, and that's kind of in the flow of any game. If a receiver gets hot, a tight end gets hot, you find ways to get them the football. A back gets hot running the ball, you hand them the ball, let them keep going, let that O-line keep blocking, and tight ends keep blocking, and all those things. So I think in a game like this, you got to feed the momentum. You got to make sure that your playmakers are touching the ball.
How much did what Michael does, being calm, being poised out there, how much did you see that sort of having an impact on your guys? He's getting the ball out quick. He knows where he's going with it. It seems like that makes a big difference for young receivers.
Yeah, when they can get the ball quick, get it going, get it in their hands, it kind of calms everybody down. For Isaiah and Cam both to get catches early on in the game to probably calm their nerves a little bit. Josh got a catch early. As a receiver, I always said, if you can get a catch in the first couple of drives, it completely calms your nerves down, and you go out and play the rest of the day. If you don't get a catch until the second half, you're pressing at halftime, you're pacing around, I want the ball, I need the ball, and to get a catch in the first drive or two really just gets you going, and you kind of can play the rest of the game.
Do you think the up-tempo, no-huddle kind of style for this offense suits what you guys can do, especially when you go on the road and you have a big-time opponent? It seems like that's something Michael is kind of engineered to do, and then your guys react well to that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think that it's something that we practiced and something that we thought we'd be pretty good at, and bringing these young receivers in and having these tight ends and having these backs to be able to be interchangeable and get in and out of different personnel groups and run our plays is a pretty cool deal. And it's been a good thing so far, and we got to keep this thing going. One game means nothing. You got to get into 2, and after 2 you got to get 3, 4, 5, and you got to keep this thing going. And we got to put more points on the board. We got to score points in the red zone. I mean, in the red zone the other day, it was just okay. We scored 3 touchdowns. We scored 2 field goals. We need to have 5 touchdowns, and we can't base it on. We can't have a pass interference call that bails us out that we get more plays. We need to score the football, and I think that's going to be an emphasis this week.
Thanks, Coach.